We're learning more about a fatal overnight crash in central Lubbock. It was around 3:30 this morning. A car was driven by 35-year-old Joseph Vasquez into an apartment building near 45th and University. He suffered serious injuries at the scene and died at the hospital. Police say an unmarked Texas DPS vehicle was approaching the intersection of 50th and University, where Vasquez ran a red light while speeding. The DPS troopers stopped their vehicle to avoid being hit. Another marked DPS vehicle was in the area, but no traffic stop was initiated. Vasquez struck two separate curbs before striking the corner of the apartment building. Investigators say nobody inside the complex was hurt.